Hey y'all, happy whatever day it is. I think this is a Wednesday, right, Eddie? I don't know. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day, and I am so happy that you've joined us here in, not my kitchen, but Bobby's kitchen. Look, I'm already getting butter all over me. I forgot I had it on my spatula. So I'm fixing to share with y'all a recipe that was given to me by a very special friend. Her name was Maggie. Her name is Maggie. And the name of this is Maggie's Decadent Brownies. So I've got 4 ounces of chocolate in here, along with 2 sticks of butter. So Maggie tells us right off the bat, this is decadent. So I'm gonna put it in our microwave. And she says to microwave it for 3 minutes. So let's see what else they tell us to do. She tells us after 3 minutes in there to make sure the chocolate is completely melted. And we're going to add the eggs and 2 cups of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is decadent, y'all.
It already smells decadent.
I know it smells decadent, doesn't it? And I wouldn't expect anything less from Miss Hogg. Okay, now I added the sugar first because ouch, it's so hot. I didn't want it to cook our eggs. So in goes our vanilla. So, we're gonna add our eggs 1 at a time. Oh, a double yolk. Y'all see the double yolk? Kind of looks like a bathing suit top, doesn't it? The top to a bikini. I love that. You know, we don't get many double yolks from eggs that we buy from the supermarket. Very, very seldom. But when I had my chicken coop, and look, they're like Siamese twins, Eddie. They're actually they're joined. Okay, so, but I used to get a lot of double yolks when I had my chicken coop, and I can't wait for us to get into dogwood because I'm gonna get my chickens back. I'm gonna have me a chicken coop if I have to go out there myself and string up some wire to keep them in, because the raccoons will sure come get them, you know, if you don't find a way to protect them. All right, so I'm gonna get a fork so I can beat those eggs up a little bit. Oh, butt shot. You missed it, Eddie.
Didn't get it.
You missed the butt shot. Okay, I can't get over. I've never seen a double yolk that was actually joined together like that. I hate to even beat it up. Okay, so I just want to make sure that that chocolate and sugar won't turn this to scrambled eggs. No, and it's all right. It had cooled down enough. Okay. So we just want to incorporate our eggs in that batter really well. So somebody told me yesterday, Eddie and I were out running errands. Look at that. I think that's from that double yolk. And I said I couldn't hardly wait to get in our house because I definitely wanted to take everybody on a tour and show them what we've been doing for the last 6 months. And somebody said to me, "Oh, I'm so happy to know that. You need to do a room a day." And I said, that's such a wonderful idea, because it would be hard, the video would really be long, wouldn't it, Eddie? To try to give a tour of the whole thing.
Well, depends on how fast
Oh,
how fast we walk.
you know I ain't walking fast. You know I'm not walking fast. Okay, so now that's well incorporated. Let's see what they tell us to do next. Okay, we added the sugar, the beaten eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, and now we're going to add the flour and stir it combined. Spread the batter evenly in the prepared pan and bake for 25 minutes. Okay, so this is our flour, and it is all-purpose flour.
It's not a lot of flour.
No, a lot of sugar though. Yeah, that works a little better. All right, now it's at a prepared pan, so that tells you that it needs to be sprayed with something non-stick. But what I did when I unwrapped my 2 sticks of butter, I just took the paper that the butter was in, and I used it to grease my pan. And that worked out perfect, because I had 2 sticks of butter and 2 sheets of like the wax paper that it comes in. Now, the thing I do like about Margaret Joe's recipe is I have not had to pull out a mixer yet. Okay, so we're putting this in the oven for 25 minutes, for 25 minutes, and I will see y'all back then. Okie dokie, the brownies are almost ready to come out of the oven. Maggie's Decadent Brownies. And now we're gonna make the frosting that goes on them, y'all. And I have to say, I've been talked about a lot because of the butter I use. But do y'all realize that Maggie's Decadent Brownies has 1 pound of butter in it? It's got 4 sticks of butter. You go, girl. So for the frosting, we're gonna melt 4 1-ounce blocks of cheese. And
chocolate.
it's not cheese. I think I'm thinking of cream cheese, maybe. This is unsweetened chocolate, right, Teresa?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
you have up here.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we've got our 2 sticks of butter. And Maggie tells us, because this frosting really doesn't get cooked, she tells us to use that pasteurized egg substitute. Am I correct, Teresa,
Yes, ma'am.
when I say that?
That is correct.
But I don't have any of that. You know what?
I say we leave it out.
I don't think I'm gonna put eggs in it. The eggs though would help bind it together, but rather than me using my raw eggs that I have, I just don't want a chance getting anybody sick, you know, with a,
And we are going to eat these.
yes. They're gonna make me eat it, y'all. Teresa said that I had to eat some.
And Eddie and Teresa.
All right, so let's see. I think she probably tells us for 3 minutes again. She had us warm this. Let's see. 3 minutes, yep. Because it's actually the same amount that we used for the brownies. We're gonna make sure you do whatever you need to do, Teresa.
I'm gonna bring them over here for you so it's really easy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, because we're going to pour this frosting on them while they're warm. All right, that's 1 pound of... Everybody getting the picture here? You just go Maggie, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much pure sugar and butter.
Yes, yes. All right, well, this is going to be really, really stiff. And I don't think the eggs would do that. Do you, Eddie? I'm going to add my vanilla flavoring. Give it a little moisture.
So do you remember her ever baking? Bringing stuff in?
No, no, I don't. I'm sure she did though when she was at home. But being our teacher, you know, we didn't have. I know some of the girls used to hang out with her. Some of the kids that were ahead of us, you know, like if I was a sophomore or a junior, there was some senior girls and girls below us that were really, like Susan, like Bubbles, she is 5 years younger than me. So her class got real close with Margaret Joe. Like I said, she just had a lot in common with us, being not much older than us. You know what, I think I'm gonna have to put this back in the microwave, Eddie.
How much egg substitute was supposed to go in there?
Like 1/4 of a cup, something like that.
So,
Half a cup. So that actually didn't get very hot. At the end of the 3 minutes, the butter and the chocolate wasn't all that hot, so. And I may wind up having to add a little cream to it, but it's okay. Okay, so that was in for an extra minute. So let's see what we got. Yeah, it needed just a little bump. And I am going to add just a little cream to make up from us not having the liquid of the pasteurized eggs. That looks pretty darn good, doesn't it, Eddie? You swallowing hard yet, Eddie?
yeah, it smells good.
Wow. If this doesn't satisfy your sweet tooth, y'all, I don't think it can be satisfied. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, that little bump in the microwave helped it. It just didn't get hot enough those first 3 minutes. There is not a better word for this than decadent. Taste, Eddie.
I've got a kitty cat that is like harassing me.
Oh, you do?
She keeps grabbing.
She's grabbing your cord.
She's grabbing my cord and my leg. Everything.
Teresa.
Looks so good. And it's chewy. Yum. That's like eating fudge almost.
It is.
Mhm.
It's like eating a chocolate pound cake and fudge. I want to tell y'all, what kind of person Margaret Joe was. She and Bubbles would come over when I first started the Bag Lady. And they would help me. They would go to the grocery store and buy my groceries for me. Because they knew, you know, the only money I had was whatever the children brought in from that day's revenue. And so we went on for a year and a half that away, and Kenny Edwards, a friend of mine, called and said, Paula, the Best Western kitchen is empty. He said, you really need to go down there and try to get that space. So I did. And naturally at night I wanted to be able to cook steaks, and you know, I had no way to cook them. So Maggie and Bubbles was over here one time, and I said, you know, I was showing them all around. I said, you know, I wish I had a grill, you know, so I could grill steaks. And Maggie said, well, Paula, I've got one that was in the Oglethorpe. Her mother and father owned Oglethorpe Hotel, Motel.
Mm-hmm.
And Oglethorpe restaurant where a lot of people went to eat.
Wow.
And she said, I'm going to bring you over the one that was in our restaurant. And she said, I want you to have a grill. So the next time they came, honey, they came loading up that gas grill and put it in my kitchen. So that's the kind of people that I've been around all of my life. You know, good people. And so that sums it up, what kind of person Margaret Joe was. So I send you, honey, love and best dishes today. And thank you for everything that you ever did for me, and especially for this wonderful, wonderful recipe. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button, as well as a notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.